So I've been talking about this game called Wardogs quite a few times on this channel here, and so far we only had some screenshots or we had a very short snippet of gameplay, but it was mostly gameplay without any hot elements, and we also only had a few details about the game and its setting and how it actually works. But this has changed today, because today we got the official reveal of Wardogs, which means that first of all we got some more details about the game. We also got a little bit more gameplay. It's not too much unfortunately, but it's at least full gameplay, so with hot elements and everything. And we also got a reveal trailer, which is pretty nice, and well, I gotta be honest, it gives some Battlefield vibes as well when you watch the trailer with the sound effects and the music and everything. Now I'm gonna show you this trailer here in the background, but I cannot show you the trailer with the music because that will definitely get copyright striked, and of course I don't want this on my channel and on my videos. So I will link this trailer for you in the description below, and maybe also in the pinned comment if I don't forget about it. But you should definitely watch this trailer as a whole with the music and everything, because I think it gives an even better impression of the game and of the vibes that the game has. So it's just a recommendation to watch the whole thing. Now, what we got as well today is the Steam page of Wardogs, so you can now wishlist it if you want to. And we also got this QR code right here that you can scan with your phone, but I'm also gonna put the link to where it takes you in the description below, and this takes you to a page where you can register for playtesting, for future playtests. They're writing over on this page though that slots are extremely limited, but they're scaling the tests up over time because they are not running a typical AAA marketing beta, but instead they genuinely want players to get involved and share their feedback and bug reports. So they start with a fairly small group of people to give feedback on this and that can get hands on this playtest, and then over time they will scale it up. So far the early access for this game is planned to launch this year, but I'm guessing more towards the end of this year, so I think that over the year we will see quite a lot of playtests. Now, getting a bit more into the meat of the details that we got about the game today. If you have not heard about Wardogs before, Wardogs will be a tactical all-out warfare shooter that combines tactical gunplay and combined arms combat. So you have infantry combat and you will have vehicle combat with ground vehicles, air vehicles, and even naval warfare. And we will have building and destruction mechanics. And all of this will happen on a large scale map, and there will be up to 100 players on a server. The mode that is played in Wardogs is inspired by King of the Hill, and if I remember correctly, they've also been working with the modding team for King of the Hill from Squad, so I think that this is where this whole game originates from. But this comes with a bit of a twist. So first of all, Wardogs has 3 teams fighting in a mode or in a game, and not only the classic 2 teams or 2 factions. And there will be a completely randomized 2 by 2 kilometers control zone within a map that is 256 square kilometers big. So you have quite a large map, and on this map there's always a random control zone each game. So every game is different and you kind of play on a different part of this map every match. Each of the teams has to bring as many players as possible into this control zone, and of course also keep these players alive within this control zone, and the team with the most players within the zone earns points, and then the first team that reaches 100 points wins the match. And like I said, the zone always changes location, so you always have to adapt your tactics to the changing locations. Now, what's another twist on this game and also on this game mode is that each player starts with $10,000 in their pocket. So this game is revolving around money, and each life you purchase a custom loadout, so weapons, gear, and so on, also utility and vehicles, for yourself, but also for your team. So you can spend your money on gear for yourself, but you can also spend your money on a tank, for example, that will help your team, or a helicopter to bring more members of your team into the control zone, or you can build up fortifications for your team so you can stay alive much longer within the control zone. Now, when you die, you will lose some money, but every team play action that you do will get you cash. So you will get rewarded in form of money. And these team play actions are, for example, reviving your squad mates, transporting your teammates to the control zone, or controlling the objective. And what's also interesting is that this cash that you earn in a match is persisting from match to match. So if you have a really good match and you earn a lot of money, you will take it with you to the next match. And this way, Wardogs not only tries to encourage players to team play, but they're actually rewarding it as well. And at the end of the day, all of your cash is personal, so it's completely up to you how you want to spend it, and it's also completely up to you how you want to earn it. What we've also seen in former gameplay of Wardogs is that the game has some destruction. It doesn't look like the more realistic looking Battlefield 6 destruction, but I've also said this before, this seems to be more like a predefined destruction, but it also has less clutter and it also doesn't seem to affect visibility as much as Battlefield 6 does. But this still means that the world around you is reacting to what you do. So if you launch a rocket into a building or you drive through a house with a tank, then this will cause some destruction, and this will of course affect the gameplay because you will have a little less cover, or you can open more ways for your team to go, or you can get some campers out of a house. And the other way around, you can also build structures again, like tank stoppers, sandbags, and so on. So everything that helps your team to maintain control over the zone. What Wardogs also has, of course, because it is this tactical shooter, is local voice chat, so you can either talk to your team or also to the enemy team and maybe troll them or whatever you want to talk to them. And one thing that Wardogs is always trying to make clear as well is that this is not a battle royale game, and this is also not an extraction shooter. So this is a tactical all-out warfare shooter that can be compared to Battlefield in a way, I think, when it comes to the large maps, but also when it comes to the destruction and maybe when it comes to the feel as well. But I think it's better to compare it to games like Arma or Squad or maybe even Hell Let Loose. So I think this is where you would find Wardogs as well, more into this, well, realistic, maybe not exactly hardcore, but more realistic shooter games. So with the other games that are supposed to be released this year, like Gallipoli or Hell Let Loose Vietnam, it seems like fans of tactical shooter games will be eating good this year, at least if these games can bring something good to the table. And that was it for today. If you enjoyed this video right here and you don't want to miss out on any future videos about shooter games, about Wardogs, about Battlefield, and so on, be sure to drop a like and subscribe, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. I'm the Catwoman, and you are awesome.